What's going on, guys? We are with daily update number 2, and I am, per usual, on my fire escape. I'm using a selfie stick right now. It's gorgeous here in New York. Today I want to talk about confidence, self-confidence. I get a lot of questions about how do you get more confident? How do you get more self-esteem to do things? And first and foremost, I am not an expert in confidence or self-esteem. I don't really know if anybody is an expert in confidence. The topic came up today because I got asked again, this is a question that comes up all the time, what do you do if you're scared to go to the gym, or you're intimidated to go to the gym, or let's say you're a fitness professional and you are nervous to put content out online, film videos, write articles, Instagram posts, whatever. Either way, there's a big confidence gap in a lot of people, and not just in the fitness industry and all over. How do you overcome it? How do you gain the confidence to do those things? And I think, again, I'm not a professional in confidence. I think, though, confidence stems from action. Okay? Confidence isn't, I don't think it just comes to people. I think it comes from taking action. The reason I think that is this. Before you do something, if you're nervous or worried, that feeling of nerves or worry solely comes from the projection of the idea of what possibly could go wrong. You're never nervous or worried because of something that did happen. You're nervous or worried over something that could happen. And that's where people let fear block them. That's where they let fear of the unknown keep them from doing something. And it's just because of an idea of what could possibly go wrong. So the reason I think action is the key to that, action is the way to get past that, is because once you take action, you realize the worst thing that's gonna happen is you might not get it that time. Maybe it doesn't work so well. So if you're going to the gym, let's say, like if you're nervous to go to the gym, you say, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna go to the gym and see the worst that happens. Worst that happens is you go to the gym and like, you didn't know what to do, so you went on the elliptical for 45 minutes and then left. That's like the worst that happens, aside from a catastrophic accident like with a barbell on your back, which probably isn't gonna happen, right? The worst that happens if you're a fitness professional or someone who wants to create content and put it out online is you put it out and someone goes on and says, that's wrong. And it's so funny because people say like, oh my God, I don't want to be wrong. Like I'm nervous because I don't want anyone to come out and like say I'm wrong or like call me out on something I did. And like the worst that happens is you're wrong. Just think like what's the worst that happens is you're wrong. And it's so funny because if you look at people online, if you're looking at a debate online, right, between two people and one of them is clearly wrong, usually that person who's clearly wrong is gonna defend their opinion and fight tooth and nail to say that they're right, even if like in their heart they know that they're wrong, because they're so scared of being wrong, they're so afraid of letting it hurt their ego that they would rather fight and be more dogmatic and say, no, this is true, than say, you know what? I never thought of it like that. You're right. No one ever looks good by defending a dogmatic opinion that's probably wrong. You always look good if you just admit you were wrong, always. So worst comes to worst, you put something out online and someone says you're wrong, and if you're actually wrong, then you're like, cool, thank you, I appreciate you showing me that, I didn't know that before. Boom, now people trust you. Now people are more inclined to believe you, they're more inclined to watch you because you're being honest, rather than trying to lie your way out of a situation. Honesty always wins, always, no matter what. In terms of confidence, in terms of taking action, it's really funny because this is actually something I see outside the fitness industry. We could take this to guys who are nervous to talk to a girl. They are nervous to go ask her for her phone number, nervous to go up to her in a coffee shop, which is actually really interesting. So my previous ex-girlfriend, I met her in a coffee shop. She walked in, beautiful girl. I was like, I want to talk to that girl. So actually, I'll tell you the whole story. I was sitting in a coffee shop in Boston, and this girl walks in, beautiful. She had this perfume on that like smelled ridiculous. I was immediately obsessed. and I was writing training programs, and I was like, shit, like I need to get these 2 training programs done, then I'm gonna go talk to her. So I get these 2 training programs done, and immediately, like, so she's sitting down across the coffee shop. It's called Pret a Manger, or however you pronounce it, and she's on the phone. So I want to go talk to her, but she's on the phone. I'm not going to interrupt. So I go buy another coffee. I didn't need one. I already had a full one. I go buy another one, just so I could like buy time until hopefully she's off the phone. So then she stays on the phone, I'm done, and then I'm like, crap, she's still on the phone, I'm not gonna go interrupt her, I'll go to the bathroom, hopefully when I come out of the bathroom, she'll be off the phone. So I go to the bathroom, I go in, and I start peeing, I literally start peeing, and as I'm peeing, I'm like, shit, what if she walks out of the restaurant while I'm peeing? So I like hurry up, I finish, and I like rush out. Fortunately, she's still there. And I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm literally just gonna park myself like at a table right behind her until she gets off the phone. And that was it. I parked myself behind her. I just took my computer out, kept doing work, and as soon as she was off the phone, like without hesitation, without any thoughts, I just said like, hey, like I think I overheard that she was talking about fitness stuff. So immediately I just say like, hey, like are you into working out or something? Something stupid, which is a really funny thing when you're talking about like opening lines to talk to people. You never know what the first thing you say to anyone was. You like try and remember the first thing that was said between you and a significant other. You never remember. You just remember how they made you feel. That's it. That's always what happens. You don't remember the words, you remember how they made you feel. So when we started talking, we hit it off, and then we started dating not long afterwards. Point being for this story is, like, it doesn't matter if you're trying to talk to a girl, you're trying to put content out for your fitness information, you're trying to go to the gym. Confidence stems from action. That's where it all stems from. If you don't take action, if you hesitate, you will start to get nervous, you will start to lose confidence, because now you have more time to think about all the possible negative repercussions, which realistically, all the possible negative repercussions are made up in your head, and they probably won't even happen or turn out in that way anyway. What I've said thus far, I don't think is enough to really push anyone to really take action. Maybe it is. If it is, it's amazing. Like, please, then I'm wrong. What I want to say now is what I think will push most people more than anything. When you're 90 years old, actually I'll backtrack. If you are nervous about doing something, putting up a video on YouTube, making an Instagram post, making a Facebook post, going and talking to someone, going to the gym, if you're nervous about doing something, think about when you're 90 years old and lying, like barely able to move on a bed. And like, not to be morbid, I don't want to say that you're not able to move at 90, but helps with the imagery. Let's say you're 90 years old, barely able to move, and you're looking back on your life. When you're 90, are you going to give a shit about the day that you went to the gym and like the worst possible scenario happened, or like you just went on the elliptical for 45 minutes? Or are you gonna care at all about when you went to talk to that girl and she said, hey, don't talk to me? Or are you gonna care about the YouTube video that you put up that got 0 views? No, you're not gonna care at all. It's gonna mean nothing to you. You're gonna be lying on your bed and being like, give me some more fucking applesauce. Like, where's my applesauce? And turn on the TV. This channel sucks. You're not gonna worry about that. But that being said, if you don't do that stuff, if you don't put the video out, if you don't go to the gym, if you don't talk to the girl, when you're 90 and on that bed, you will remember that in here more than anything else, and it'll hurt because you can't change it. It's all just like, what if I did that? Maybe that girl would have been the person I spent my life with. Maybe that video would have been the one thing that catapulted my business. Maybe that going to the gym that one time would have been enough to get me motivated to change my entire life. The only way to build confidence is through action. And if you aren't taking action down the road, there's gonna be a massive amount of regret. And like, that's just the worst feeling in the world. So, that's it. There's today's upload. Love you. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment, Talk to me. Love you. I'll talk to you soon.